on my when you're on my table? Are you here because you're seeking for help because you're in pain, or you can't, you're stressed, you need to de-stress for stress management, or you're into you got into an accident, you're into sports injury, anything that I could help you with, or anything wear and tear, you prolonged sitting, prolonged standing, whatever. Everybody have their own pain, right? Our body has pain that is reflecting how we live, right? So that's my aim, is um, to treat you, do my treatment, also to educate you, and also to make you the master, right? You don't depend on us, right? You can take home whatever prescription exercises to do simple stretching in your daily life. If you're not really an athlete, you don't need complicated, strengthening and stretching. I took kinesiology course myself, and I can give you all the whatever you need based on what you do in life. So I investigate while I'm at the table. Also, I keep on investigating, and my patient knows that I give my heart and all. I'm always, sometimes if I don't have a fan, I'm sweating. Obviously, my patient doesn't even know that. That's why I wear a tank top. I'm very menopausal too, and a blazer, so I can take it off. And the patient will not have to worry about me. Instead, the patient can worry about, he doesn't know that I'm there, sweating and trying to have regulation without interfering for the patient's peace. Keep in mind, we have to be observant, right? And when I said it's a form of worship for me, I never get tired when I'm treating. It's just those distraction of heat. Because I'm asthmatic. When I get heat, I cough, and I don't want to alarm them, right? That I'm sick or anything. So I tell them, and when I get cold, I cough again. That's why I have always peppermint, because it it actually opens up, right? And then I can feel better. I can breathe. It's really hard to be a registered massage therapist, right? You're using both your brain and the physical aspect of it. Needless to say that, right? Okay, so where we are now. Okay, let me have actually I'm just gonna cut it. So after the massage, I usually do prone and then get to supine, right? And here it's a lot of manual lymphatic. I also incorporate that, a lot of pumping in the knee. I'm not gonna do the groin area. It's always with your hand, right? I'm trained for mental lymphatic drainage treatment. So, but having said that, I'm doing pumping, because pumping alone will actually trigger and promote, for more circulation, right? For the blockage to be released, right? That's more so that. And if there's pressure, we need to release the pressure. That's plain and simple. 1 + 1 = 2. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of videos that I could be talking about how muscle work, because like I said, I took a lot. I didn't depend on the school. I also took extra schooling, and I'm gonna share that so that you guys can know you are the master. You have knowledge that you can incorporate in your daily life, so you're not fully dependent on me. Okay, and then you can share that, right? Anyways, okay, so and then I would have to treat you in supine position with to end is to de-stress, the stress management. So scalp, auricular therapy, and the face, right? A little bit of face. Although I'm not cosmetically focused, never am. When people come to me, I know how to release the tension in the muscle and do GTO, as modality, but that doesn't guarantee. It guarantees to lengthen the muscle to less tension, but it's no guarantee to make you look prettier or younger. back, my aim is to relax them at the very end. That's very important to me, and I do simple attractioning. And then I'm gonna ask them to take their time in getting off the table because they might feel lightheaded because you're dealing with the head here. Mostly when they're first, I'm gonna talk about assessment, but I want to talk about it now. So when their first line, you ask them, right, if there's any headache, is there any high blood pressure, is it controlled or not, and all that. You gotta ask that. Any pathology, and you need to know any pathology and how to treat. This each treatment is different. If they have condition, although I said I labeled as massage therapist as a basic, because from massaging the whole body, except obviously the abdominals is a separate, right? Because there's an extra time. But if I have treated everything except sensitive areas, we're not talking about that, I would know based on the palpation what else to be addressed further. Then I ask further questions while they're in the table, and then I could, give them a good prescription. I send it usually to them, what exercises if they have, let's say, frozen shoulder condition. I'm gonna be doing a video with in relation to a musculoskeletal condition, and then I'm gonna be talking about how I would assess, and then at least the Medina massage is already tackled. You know what I mean? They will know that that's gonna be part of it. Actually, that's the main, right? And then plus the condition. That's always my right. Medina massages plus the condition. I do everything in that area. If this is a frozen shoulder, I'm gonna do a video about frozen shoulder and how to treat it, how I do assessment, and how I come up with that. Or they come to me that, oh, I have frozen shoulder. I've been treating by such and such, but it hasn't been resolved for over years now. And then they'll say that, oh, you make me alive because after treatment. Because I can promise you, after treatment, if you're not getting any relief or any out of pain from me, obviously it's gonna come back. Because if you're, that's another video to talk about, because that's why I do prescription, and I'm not gonna rely on, because I don't know. That depends on whether you are good. Anyways, let's not get there. I would like to also end this by thanking them. Sorry, my mind goes. Thanking my patient for paying for that treatment, and that they will see me again. Even during the treatment, if they're in a 6 to 8 treatment plan, I already mentioned to them, you make sure you book. And I don't want you to come see me past 12 days. It has to be the 10 to 14 days. Otherwise, the work that I did is gonna wanna go back, and then we're back to zero. You know what I mean? I worked hard for that the first day, doing all the release first, doing all the joint moves, and then the muscle is really relaxed when I did the third phase of massaging it, just with my heart, my soul, and my full energy. And if they stop seeing me, it's back to zero. But that's why now I always do it. I always do it at least 3 to 4. And usually, if